Hello guys, Sethonan here, I'm back, and welcome back to the Daily Grind. This is Seiya Awakening Knights of the Zodiac. I am using the Chinese server just to showcase one of the newest units in the Singapore server that is also coming to global, so you have the news first. Also in the Chinese server, this coming week on Thursday or Friday, Minos Gryphon is arriving to the game. The judges of the underworld are on their way, and I'm going to stop playing GT Arcade game pretending that this Chinese server doesn't exist because many things are coming. This week we get new Cosmos, we get a revamp of the Divine Favor system, we get a new map that is similar to the Hades Temples that is currently kind of new on the Singapore one, so you can be prepared for when this thing hits. And also, in a first, they are going to give us a skin that was previously a fighter metal skin. I'm going to show it to you. Well, there's a guy that I'm also building. Marine had a skin for the last summer event that was a fighter metal. I'm gonna show it to you before we go into the full review. This one, the summer event, is going to be made available for everybody for free just from doing quests. The exact system is not known at the time, but that's very cool on Tencent part that everybody has access to this kind of skins. As you can notice here, no skin has stats. Even this one that was sold in the Singapore server and is not available in global, well, that's going to come to global. It's probably going to have stats, but in the Chinese server, no skin has stats. So even if you are a super mega ultra whale, you really don't have any advantage over the free players except that you get more resources faster. So today, finally, I have sorry, I had wanted to review this guy for so long. He's been out for quite some time in the Chinese server, but it's one of the most difficult units to field, to level up, and to develop. But if you ever had this question, is Evil Saga worth it? That's you can replace Evil Saga with the current banner unit. Is such and such worth it to pull for him? This guy is. This guy is going to shape the meta. In the Chinese server, he was immediately released after Divine Cloth Pegasus and is a direct counter to the fast crit, fast physical strike, high energy consumption meta that also set place in Singapore. Over there, Divine Cloth Pegasus has had a reign of terror of at least 2.5 months ever since he was released. And this is the guy that is going to answer that meta. I'm not, in this video, because mine tend to be kind of very long. In the Spanish channel, they call them the lecture, so to speak. Yeah, but I'm not going to do that in this particular occasion because if there ever was a unit that deserved your blue books, all of your blue books, if you get Evil Saga, this is the guy. He only has one active skill, his basic, and all you need to know is that it does damage. And it has a second effect where he infuses the mark of evil on one of the enemies he hits. Okay? That's all you need to know. The higher, the better. You can leave this at 1 for starters, but you have to level this up too. And then he's very weird in the sense that he has 3 passives and they all interlock together. So you have to level them up. All of them. All of them. One of them gives him an out of turn attack when somebody else consumes energy. It doesn't really matter which one is it. Really, trust me on this. It's the second one, but it doesn't really matter. Then this other passive gives you extra attacks when he performs the attack out of turn. This one gives more attacks. This is the only one that I'm going to recommend to you that you start with leveling up to 3 right away. Because this one triggers depending on the energy consumed by the enemy and your own team. This is a particularity of Evil Saga. He doesn't discriminate between ally or foe. Anybody who consumes 1 point of energy or above as a skill level 1 gets pummeled. And I mean pummeled, killed from a couple of attacks of Evil Saga. So you don't want this to occur on your own team. You want the enemy team to get attacked. Well, you can ruin their day by leveling this up to level 3, so it only starts activating on 2 energy consumed or more. So this is the only one. More level, more damage, more attacks. It maxes out at 5 attacks and activates at 2 energy. Each attack at 180% of his physical attack rating. So you do the math, it's a lot of damage. He consumes energy. Evil Saga consumes energy, but it's easier to explain in action. And that's why this video is going to be very fast in that regard. And last but not least, his last passive, or his third passive, because he has 3, after everybody in the enemy lineup and your own lineup has had a turn of action, anybody who has the evil mark, there's a spirit going on in the field. Whoever gets the evil mark at the end of everybody's turn gets a Galaxian explosion in the face. If it is an enemy, a higher skill level gives you more attacks and more damage per attack. If it is on your own team, then you get the Galaxian explosion in the face, but you get frozen, no damage, but you get frozen like if you were stunned. You cannot purge this, it cannot be reversed at the skill level 1 for 3 turns. And you have to maximize this because sometimes it's inevitable that Saga is going to attack your own team at the end for whatever reason. The last skill up only freezes your ally for 1 turn. So you have to put this at +3. I don't know the names, I don't care either. Saga kicks ass. And this one, your priority is to maximize, because at the last skill level it's also 220% physical attack rating on the enemy 5 times. That's 1100 multiplier. This is what gets you kills, or gets you kills. Now, Saga has it easy. Judging from his game card, he has the highest health meter on the game base. He gets up to almost 1400 HP just from levels alone, and his attack rating is near 2500. So again, one of the highest in the game. This guy consumes so many books that it took me from May 2019, when he came out, more or less, up until now, to have enough blue books to go from 1 to level 3 in his skills. But since you don't have some of the newer units that are just as good or even better, but anyways, Evil Saga counters almost all compositions, you can prioritize this guy. I cannot stress this enough. There are 3 guys that the free player has to have: Araya Shiki, Divine Cloth Pegasus, and Evil Saga. Those are the three guys that are going to be pivots in almost any composition. So you cannot let this guy go, especially since he's going to be a limited banner, most assuredly, because it's GT Arcade. Over here in the Chinese server, doesn't matter. You can you can get him by luck. He is not limited, even though people say he is. And you probably are going to laugh this off, but this is his setup. You can switch Tenacity for Bloom, and you will see no real difference. But I will suggest that you look for substats on defenses, so both defenses at level 80 are above 900. So Saga can tank the hits that he is going to get. Physical Stone, Tenacity or Bloom, depending on your substats, how you manage to get them. And Staunch with Bleed, well, not Bleed, Life Steal or Leech, like I like to call it. Above 12% Leech is good. More is better in this case. If you can get that to 20, perfect. If you only get 10, that's good, but try to improve that. And if you can get at least one critical chance on every Cosmos, nice. Not really necessary, but required not that you have Radamantis to. Radamantis plays nice along Evil Saga. And you're going to see why. Galaxy should be about. On his 8 sense stars, just to finish the description, that's what he gets. Critical chance, physical strike. HP, even more HP, and life steal. That's why in the Cosmos it's not really necessary. You're going to get about 8% leech just from his 8 sense. His level 80 is even more physical attack and physical damage. When you perform a critical strike, this 8 sense star is going to increase the amount of damage you're going to perform. And the common one, the Delta star, gives HP and physical and cosmic damage reductions. That's how they work. So get this guy to level 80, even though at level 70 he can still play with the big boys. His only true counters are Andromeda Shun, who very few people have ever bothered to level up because of the fame he has from the series, and lineups that have June. But if you can control June, then you are golden. Or in Galaxy, you just keep banning June. Hades is no match for Evil Saga, even though Hades is a very big tank. Galaxy is up, so let's go check this out. Some of the characters you're going to see are not yet released, but I'm gonna stop playing like they don't exist. There's 2 lineups for Saga, or 2 of the best lineups. Oh, I was accepted to Yamir Championship, so let's see how I do next week. Alright, so let's look for opponents. Curiously, Evil Saga is one of the most banned units right now because he counters entire lineups completely. Anything that spends 2 or more energy points is dead in the water. Just like that. There's Milo with his awakened armor. You're going to see he perform weird. There's Papillion Mew, and there is Hades Shun. This is the best lineup I have come up with. And Heishun, or Hades Shun, look, that guy just gave up because of Evil Saga. Not from the other guys, just from Evil Saga. So let's go check another one. I don't do train hold with this because I want to show you just what a level 70 Evil Saga can do. And he holds real well with the big guys. There's Outrage Shiryu. Don't sleep on that guy. He's a very, very meta unit currently in the Chinese server. He's not going to win any fights by himself. I just prefer to ban Hades. And look, this is what you usually get. You get an Evil Saga ban. Okay, so... Well, this is more for... This is more for Legion bosses. I'm going to lose, but I don't care. I don't like to give up. But this is what you get. At first, when he was weird to use, people didn't care much for Evil Saga because he needs a lot of skill ups. In fact, his best build is 5-5-5-5. All the skills maxed out. That's 40 blue books, but it's worth each and every one of those. That was a premature ejaculation. I would have saved the tiger souls for later. Now most of my units are level 70 because I don't have the resources to really attack them or really build my guys up. But if you remember, I just reviewed Pandora. It's just that I cannot use Divine Clodiki because he has Blood Elf equipped, and that's pretty much giving out free heals. And that's Shaka with his awakened armor. I'm going to explain that in a future video this week. Serious. Alright. Well, I can still fight. It was well worth it. Really. But level 80 Doko is no joke, and that's probably an awakened Doko too. So one last try, just to see if we can get Evil Saga to show off a little. But over here you don't get banned for nothing. That's if that guy hadn't banned my Evil Saga, Shaka and Doko would have been unable to do anything because high energy consumption, usually, this is the other guy that gets banned everywhere. Okay, Evil Saga versus Evil Saga, but this is a zero energy team composition I'm manning. Evil Saga is like Pisces. You have to allow him to have the whole energy bar for himself because every attack eats up a lot of energy points. The consumption gets reduced the more he skills up. But in the meantime, my target is Evil Saga and he's probably going to do the same to me. Fortunately, and that's why he's using Milo too. He's probably awakened. I didn't check. You can tell when somebody has awakened armor. He doesn't know what to do yet. If instead of the guy jumping in from the gold saints, he gets his constellation stars showing up and then he teleports. in place. Yeah, that's an awakened Milo, and I cannot use a single point of energy during the first round. So let's see what he does with Jabu over there. Cannot use any skill, just basics. And right back at you. Do you see the little ghost flying around? He's trying to find somebody using energy. Alright. Do you see the skull over Pandora? She used energy to heal Saga. So now she's gonna get it. Yeah, so he switched over. Jabu used energy, so Evil Saga gets to strike. That's his out of turn attack. Notice that all my energy is gone. And it doesn't matter if you make them invisible. They have the mark, so they get the attack at the end. Just like I'm gonna hit Evil Saga. And my own Saga also has the mark from their side because he used 4 energy during the round. Oh, he got to go first. That's why it's also don't put any speed on your own Saga. He has to go last, just like Pisces. Cannot use any energy. Most of my tombs are level 70. The only level 80 ones in this composition are Milo and Radamantis. Right? So, Pandora used energy and now next round, she doesn't exist. And let's put this on Saga with Papillion. Radamantis is probably going to die. Oh, Hashun died. Wasn't able to take it anymore. But remember, my Evil Saga is level 70. So let's just finish this fight by turning into Papillion. And I didn't get a double turn. But there you go. I was able to tank and survive and manage the fight even though my units are not level 80. And made him think. And the second he used any energy at all, he started getting hits. So of course, my next level 80 unit is going to be Evil Saga. And then the next after one is going to be Hashun and then Papillion. And I'm going to talk about them during the week because those are units that you're going to see in the near future. Also, Divine Cloth Iki and Battle Armor Athena. So there you go. If you ever wanted to have a unit that you really needed to have, even though he needs a lot of books, it's not as many as Poseidon. This guy shuts down any and all high energy consumption lineups. So there you go. I hope you like the video, and I'm going to start uploading more videos in this coming week. Not as fast as I would have wanted this one to be, but I'm going to try to keep them a bit short. And you're going to be seeing a lot of Evil Saga now in my videos, because now he's built up, he just needs to be level 80 now to truly showcase his potential. But that's his worth. He's worth to be full level 80, full 8 cents, and all his skills up. His best build for casual quote unquote PvP, it's going to be 2-3-3-3. But if you really want to go to town with this guy, it's going to be at least 3-5-5-5. So you consume less energy when you perform the out of turn attack. You do more damage with the out of turn attack, because it's that thing, it's a split between passives. One rules how many energy points you're going to eat up, the other one is going to do your damage, and then the last attack has to be at least 5. So prioritize the last passive and the middle one first. This one at 3 is good, but then maximize the last passive so you get a lot of damage from the last Galaxian explosion. So I was Sosonan, and I thank you all guys for keeping this channel alive, even though I hadn't uploaded in a long time. I'm going to be back, and I'm going to be back with more videos, hopefully at least 4 times a week, if not daily. There's a lot of material that I have to showcase in the channel, because it's coming to the Singapore version first. But you can also expect this to come to global, so you know what to save for. Like some people have mentioned me that they even watch the Spanish channel, even though they don't understand, because they want to see the new units showcased in a language that is easier on their ears, or maybe they can understand a little of what is being said. Now, I leave this for last, even though it is not advisable. The call for action. If you want to support the channel, you can now join my Patreon. It's been up for a couple of days now. It's for getting a gaming PC so I can start recording with more quality, edit the videos so you don't have to watch the loading screens, and I can give a bit better pacing for the videos. And also I'm going to start spending in the Chinese server, thanks now that I get YouTube money. But also you can support me in that regard if you send money to my PayPal directly. I'm gonna start buying skins, I'm gonna start buying summoning stars, so we can ensure each new unit on their banner. The current week is Griffon Minus, one of the judges of the underworld. On Wednesday evening, I'm going to be recording a showcase for his skills, since you can get since you can always check on new units even if you don't have them. For example, this is Toad Zeros, that's the name of the unit. That's currently only paywall available. You have to buy some stuff. It's that event that you buy stuff during a whole week, and at the end of the week you get the character as a reward. It's a class A card, but I don't have access to this one just yet. They are probably going to do the same as they did with Warm Raimi, that once this event is up, the shards are going to start showing in the purple chest, so maybe I can still build this guy. But if you feel like donating or just like sending some sort of remunerations, the links are going to be in the description. And you can always join me on Twitch. I'm going to start streaming live for the English-speaking audience, now that I know how, and I'm already a Twitch affiliate. And after getting the gaming PC, then I'm going to start streaming on YouTube with super chats and on Twitch. So Not mandatory, but if you feel like it, you can do that to help the channel grow. Anyways, again, thank you all for your preference, and remember, we'll be seeing each other next time. In the meantime, keep grinding on.